Hey guys, my name is Em and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I am very excited about today's video because we are going to be doing a very long overdue bookshelf reorganization video. I'm so excited to reorganize my bookshelves. It has been something that I've been meaning to do for ages now. I've done, I think, 2 previous bookshelf reorganization videos, and I just looked back on my videos just to see when the last one was, and it was December 2022. That is literally nearly 3 years ago since I've organized these shelves, and you can tell. I will put a before picture up so that you can see, and I'm just going to be reorganizing them today. I'm also hopefully going to be unhauling a lot of books because there are a lot of books that I've either read and didn't like or was kind of indifferent about, or there's books that I've never read but I kind of don't want to read because my reading tastes have changed, and just general other books that I want to get rid of. I really want to clear a lot of space on my shelves, and also any of the books that I am unhauling today I will be selling on my Vinted, so feel free to check that out if you do want to. I will leave it linked down in the description box. But yeah, I am going to go through my shelves. I'm really excited. This is always a very tedious, very tiring activity, but also it's so rewarding and satisfying when it's done. And my shelves have just been bothering me lately because they are so messy. I can't see half the books that I have, and I just want to clear some old books to make room for new books and things like that. So that is what we're going to be doing in this video. I am going to be just bringing you through my process of reorganizing my bookshelves. Hopefully I will get it all done today, but I'm going to show you my process as I go. So yeah, that's enough talking. Let's get straight into organizing my bookshelves. Okay, so I haven't really given this much like thought on how I wanted to organize them, to be honest. Like, I don't really have a system at the minute. Initially I think I did, but I can't even remember what it was. I don't think I want to color code them because I prefer when like similar books are together. Like, I want like my series together. I think I might do it by genre. I think that's the best way to do it. So I have like all my fantasy books, all my romance books, that kind of thing, and then I might put like all my special editions together. I kind of like where they are already, but I just need to rejig them. So I'm just gonna give it a go, just start. I think I might take all of the books off the shelf and start that way. I think that might be the best way to do it. I really don't know, but we're just gonna get straight into it and see how we go. Okay, so what I have done so far is I've just taken all of the books off of the front of the shelves, like all the ones that were kind of stacked in front of the actual shelves, and I've put them on my desk here. And I feel like I underestimated how many books I actually had. Like, obviously I know I have a lot, but these are literally just the books that I had on the front of these shelves here, which is kind of crazy. But I feel like a lot of the books that were at the back, these are from years ago, so I feel like I will be unhauling maybe not a lot of them, but I feel like a few of them definitely, or I want to move them to like a lower shelf or something, to make room for like my newer ones. I don't know if I want to change this up here because I kind of really like that, but I might make more of them if I have more fairy tale books. I don't know if I do, but yeah, so this is the progress so far. I think right now I'm going to go through these ones that I've taken off and decide if there's any that I'm going to unhaul, and then I will kind of organize them into genre, and then we'll move on again. Okay, so this is the first shelf that I have done. I don't really have a method. This is not genre, and also this could absolutely change as I move through the other shelves, but basically I wanted all of my Boys of Tommen books together, and then I thought like the Magnolia Park series is kind of similar, not like similar books, but similar vibes, that I wanted them all together. And then I also just put all my Emily Henry books in the corner there as well, because it kind of fit that I wanted those authors' books together, so that kind of works. I think I'm going to move on to this shelf now, and I feel like I'm going to unhaul a lot of these. These are my Colleen Hoover books. They were a time, but I will never read them again, so it's time to get rid. Okay, so I've decided that I want to put my romance books on this like smaller shelf here. I do still have the bottom 2 shelves to clear out because these are all like Fairy Loot items and L Crate items from like the last few years, so I need to clear those 2 shelves out, which I will do in a moment. So yeah, I think I'm going to put my romance books on this shelf here because I definitely don't read as much romance anymore, and I'm not really as into romance anymore. Like, I love fantasy romance, I love romance in books, but I'm talking about like contemporary romance books and stuff. I'm not really as into them. So I think if I had this shelf for them, that's a good idea, because I don't want to get rid of them, because I know sometimes I do want to read them as like a palette cleanser, or sometimes I could be in the mood to read them, so I don't want to get rid of something. I'm trying to be ruthless in getting rid of some books, because I'm like, realistically I'll never read it, but then also I'm so scared to get rid of a book that I might want to read in the future, because I don't want to have to like repurchase it or re-find it, especially because a lot of my older kind of books are like indie published versions of books that are now traditionally published, and I love the indie like copies of them. It's kind of a 50-50 mix where I need to decide like which ones might I want to read again and which ones won't I. And also, like, I found all of my off-campus books, like the full set of the off-campus books and the full set of the Briar U books, and like realistically I know I'm not going to read those books again, but I just can't bring myself to get rid of them, because like that series to me has such a nostalgic memory attached to it. But also, like, I was so excited to get those books and so happy to get them, so I don't want to get rid of them just because my reading tastes have changed. But yes, I'm thinking romance books on this shelf, and then we'll just mix it up here, but like mostly fantasy, because I feel like I mostly have fantasy books. And also I've made myself an iced coffee because I was feeling a little bit tired. I've been at this for over an hour now, I would say. It's actually kind of fun and therapeutic, and I'm like finding books that I forgot that I had, and I'm finding books that I remember reading and have such a strong memory attached to them, because I don't know about anybody else, but like I have such memories attached to books. Like, I will remember where I was when I was reading them, what I was doing when I was reading them, like what stage of life I was at when I was reading them, and it's just really nostalgic. And also I found so many bookmarks that were in books, and I found so many like other items. Like, my bed is a mess right now because these are all like other things that were on my shelves that weren't books, which I do definitely want to clear off. But yeah, that is currently what we're up to. I really don't know what to do with these, because these are the collector's editions of the Six of Crows duology. I don't know if that has a specific name, but like, I don't like them. I don't like those books. I don't like Six of Crows, but my grandparents got me them, and like they're special editions, and I don't know if I want to get rid of special editions or ones that like have a meaningful attachment. I don't know. I'm struggling, but I'll show you the piles of books that I have currently, and I do have a good few to unhaul already. Okay, I was gonna show you properly, but I can't really because the window's right behind, so you can't really see. But this is the big stack of books that I'm already unhauling. Then I kind of have them by genre here. God, this lighting is shocking, I'm so sorry. But I have like my kind of literary fiction, then my historical fiction, my fantasy, my YA books, and then my romance books. But there's another stack of romance books here. I feel like the majority of the books that I have been unhauling are YA books, because I just don't typically tend to read them anymore. I'm just kind of gone past that a little bit. So these are the majority of the ones that I'm unhauling, but I'm sure I will find more because I still haven't even tackled the main shelves. So this is literally just this and the ones that were on front. So yeah. Okay, so we're making some progress. We're not even nearly finished, but we've made some progress. So I've kept the special editions up on the top. Then here I put some fantasy series. So you can see I have my 2 editions of An Ember in the Ashes, and then I do actually also have my Raven Boys series there, but you just can't really see it. And then the Fourth Wing series, and then the From Blood and Ash series. I don't know if I'll ever come back to that series, not gonna lie, but still it is there. Then on the top shelf here, I just gonna have fantasy hardbacks. These are kind of standalone fantasies. Well, they might be standalone fantasies, but they're not like books that I have in a series. They're just kind of there. Here I kind of put my romanticises. Some of them are series, some of them aren't, but I don't really have a huge amount of romanticises at the moment because I'm kind of only getting into the genre. So I probably will need a second shelf for those because it is my favourite genre at the minute. But that is what I've got so far. I've got all my romance books here, but I have them double stacked on these 2 shelves until I clean these 2 shelves down here. And yeah, I'm still kind of deciding what to do with the rest. I really don't know what shelves I want to put where. I think I'm going to do a dark academia and dark romance shelf here, so I think that's going to be my next shelf to do. Okay, so here is the progress that we're making. I actually feel like we're doing a decent amount. So I can't remember what I've showed you, but I moved some romance books over here beside my bed and I put my lamp there. So these romance books are all my summer romance books. Also ignore my bottle of water, but these are all my summer romance books, and then there's my Kindle in the corner. I still haven't decided what I'm putting on this shelf, but I know there'll be something. Fantasy hardbacks, fantasy hardbacks. What else is new? These are also fantasy hardbacks here. Then I put all the fantasy paperbacks here. Yeah, this is how it is looking right now. And then down here I have all my kind of like thrillers and spooky kind of gothic books. Down here I have historical fiction. I'm gonna try clear this out and then add more to it because I have more historical fiction to go in. But then I also have this shelf as well, so I might put more historical fictions there. But yeah, so far this is the pile of books that I'm getting rid of, the 2 piles. So I feel like that's actually quite decent, to be fair. I do however still have all of these books to fit on somewhere, so I'm going to try and just kind of fit them on somewhere right now because I'm very tired and I feel like I have the majority of it done. I really don't know where these are gonna go. Okay, so we are now finished with the bookshelf reorganization and I want to show you the finished product. Apologies, I am filming this on my phone, but my camera is dead and I want to get this video up within the next hour, so I don't have time to wait for it to charge. But I will give you the final overview. So this is how the shelves are looking. I'm really happy with how they look. There's definitely a few more things that I would like to improve on, and I still haven't really sorted out the romance shelves yet, but that is a work in progress and I'm really happy with how it looks, and it's just a lot less cluttered on the front, and I've also just gotten rid of so many books as well. So let me take you through shelf by shelf and show you what is on each one. Okay, starting with the top shelf over here, we have our fantasy hardbacks. These are not necessarily standalones, but most of them are standalones. They're just my non-special edition hardbacks and I really love them. I really love this shelf and there's so many books on here that I want to read. Coming down then, we have some mixed fantasy hardbacks. A lot of these are actually special editions and a lot of them are series as well. As you can see, I have Pride of Place for my Divine Rivals series because I love that book so much, and my Crimson Moth as well. This shelf, I've read a lot of these books, but I just love it so much. Then the next shelf here, I have just put my laptop and my iPad. They're not here at the moment, but I just needed a space here because I no longer have a bedside locker because I put in another shelf. So I wanted a little bit of space here just to put my things that I need beside my bed. And then I didn't really know what to put here, so I just put some series. I put the off-campus series because, as I was saying to you, I know that I don't necessarily want to read those books again or anything like that, but I just kind of don't want to get rid of them, and it does look satisfying as a series. Then I have my Heartstopper books, and then the Conditions of Will. I just didn't really know where to put this because I don't even know really what genre it is, and it just felt right to put it there. I'm also putting my current read beside that one, which is currently Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil, but I have that in my bag because I was just at my boyfriend's house, so I don't have that there. And then I have my journal on top there, and then the Long Island book that is actually belonging to my grandmother, so that's why that's there, because I will be giving it back. Then coming down on to the next shelf, you can see I'm charging my camera here, so I just decided to put my summer books here. I may change this shelf out with the seasons, and I may put like my autumnal TBR on this shelf, so that could be another video, but for now I have my summery books on here, which I really like. And then I put my lamp as well, and I just put my Abby Jimenez books in the corner here, along with my favorite Polaroid picture of me and my boyfriend, so I keep that here. And then I usually keep like my bottle of water or my current read or something here, because this is the one that's like directly beside my bed. Then coming down onto this shelf here, you can't really see it properly and it's a bit of a mess. This is kind of just one that I've shoved in there, but I just put like some extra books that I didn't really know where to put, but I didn't want to get rid of. They're just kind of like, they don't even necessarily have a genre. Like I have some Christmas books up here, I have some cards here, some literary fiction, some fantasy, that kind of thing. Books that I didn't want to get rid of, but I don't really have another place for them. They went down there because they're not in sight as much. Okay, then moving on to the middle set of shelves, we have my Fairy Loot special editions at the top. I did not change the shelf at all. I literally just dusted it down and I put this plant here. And yeah, I just really love how this shelf looks with the outward facing spines because they're just so pretty and I feel like they need to be showed off, and I just absolutely love this shelf so much, so I did not change that. Then coming down here, we have my fantasy series. I have both of my Ember in the Ashes series. I have the Raven Cycle books, which are kind of hidden there, but I wanted to keep the box set from an Ember in the Ashes, so I just put them into that. Then I have my Fourth Wing series, which I still need to read Onyx Storm. Please let me know in the comments if it's worth it, if I should motivate myself to read it, because I'm kind of putting it off because of some reviews that I've heard, so let me know if you want me to read it. And then I do have my Blood and Ash series as well, which again just holds so much nostalgia for me. Like this series was kind of my start of booktube series, and it was the one that like made me meet my friends and everything like that. So I just have a lot of love for that series, but I also think that they did go severely downhill after like the third or fourth one, and I don't think I will ever be reading them again. Then coming down to this next shelf, we kind of have some dark academia slash like thrillers slash dark romances. I'm not really sure, to be quite honest with you, what this shelf is. It's just kind of like darker gothic kind of books. I do also have some Jellycats on here on my fan because we're currently in the middle of a heat wave, so ignore that. But yeah, a lot of these books are on my TBR for this autumn, so you will hopefully see me read a lot of them then. But yeah, I really like this shelf. It's just kind of a mix match of different books, but I am really happy with it. Then coming down to this shelf, I've put my historical fictions on here. Again, my historical fictions are not something that I kind of gravitate towards anymore. It's not necessarily something that I really read a lot of anymore. I actually can't even remember the last time that I did read one. But again, I don't want to get rid of them because I do have such a nice collection of them, and I do enjoy reading them. So I don't want to get rid of them in case, you know, I want to come back and read some of them, and there's just no point getting rid of them. But I didn't need them on a high shelf because I don't typically tend to reach for them, so that's why they're down there. Again, you can kind of tell that the bottom shelves are just a bit messier, like I have books stacked on top and everything, but it's not really an eyeline, so it doesn't matter. Also, the very bottom shelves, in case you're wondering, I just kind of have like stationery stuff and storage stuff on there because my room is quite small, so I need some place to put other things other than books, so that's why I never show the bottom shelves of those, but these are essentially the bottom shelves. Okay, now coming on to this bookcase, we have at the top my Owl Crate books. I did not again change this shelf. To be quite honest with you, I just kind of wanted to keep my special editions together because I really like knowing which ones came from where. So these are kind of all my Owl Crate books up here, which I really love. I do need to read a lot more of them. I'm so bad at keeping up to date with books, but yeah, so those are those books up there. It didn't do a lot to that shelf, again, just dusted it. Then down here we have kind of my, I don't want to say favorite author shelf, but like my author shelf where I have a lot of their books. So I have my Boys of Tommen books, obviously, which I wanted to keep together because I just love that series and this author and these books so much. And then I put my Magnolia Parks books there as well because I really wanted to keep them together. I do have a good collection of them, and the 2 special editions as well. So yeah, that is what I've put there. And then I put my Emily Henry books in the corner because again, it's an author that I have a good few books from and I kind of wanted to keep them together. It really bothers me that these covers don't match, but it doesn't really matter. So yeah, that's what I put those there for. And then those 2 hair clips, they just kind of weirdly fit in with the color scheme of Emily Henry's books, so I just kept them there. But also you will notice that I don't have People We Meet on Vacation here. 1, it wouldn't fit, but 2, I just hate that book so much I refuse to acknowledge it, so I didn't want to put it with my M. Hen books. Then coming down on to my next shelf, this is arguably my favourite shelf. This is my romantasy shelf. This is probably the one that is the newest edition because it's a genre that I'm only kind of just after getting into, but I just love this shelf so much. I love this genre so much, and it seems to be kind of the only books that I'm gravitating towards at the moment, so I'm really excited to expand on my collection of romantasies. Feel free to give me recommendations down in the comments. I'm so open to hearing them, and I'm just really looking forward to reading a lot more of these books. I have read a lot of them, but I'm excited to read more of them, and I just really like seeing them all together. So yeah, this is my romantasy shelf. Then down here we have some of my fantasy paperbacks. I again didn't really know where to put a lot of these because most of my fantasies are in hardback, but I just wanted a designated shelf for the fantasies, so we have a lot of them here. Most of them are standalones, to be quite honest, or like books that I have got the first one of and haven't read them. They might have sequels or series, but I just haven't got them. And then I did put some trinkets on here as well. I put my candle, and then I put this little pottery cat that my cousin made me because it's very special to me, so I put it on here. And then coming down to this shelf, I did not really do much with this shelf at all. This is my gothic spooky books, my thrillers, my Halloween books. Again, I don't really read a lot of these anymore. There's probably more that I could get rid of from here, but I didn't really want to get rid of them in case I want to do like a reading challenge in October, or if I want to kind of read seasonally. They're just not books that I reach for all the time, but there are times when I want to reach for them, so I didn't want to get rid of them. So yeah, that's here. It's a bit messy, but I wanted to fit them all in. And then on the very bottom shelf, again, I didn't really do much with this shelf. I just kind of have my literary fictions, and there's some historical fictions thrown in there as well. I'm not too concerned with the bottom shelves because I know they're messy, but they're not very much so in view, so it doesn't really make that much of a difference to me. If I had more shelf space, or if I decide to do another bookshelf reorganization video, then these shelves will probably be the first ones to be dealt with, but for right now I'm happy enough with them. Then coming on to the final section, which is the single bookshelf. I have not fully sorted these yet, but it is because I kind of have nowhere to put things, so I just haven't done it yet because I've been too busy, but I will get around to it. So as I said, my plan is to put all of my romance books here. I just have not cleared out the bottom two shelves of these trinkets because I just don't have the storage in my room at the moment to put them anywhere else, so I didn't want to take them out of here and then just have them like floating around my room. So I need to get like a box or something to put these in, and I will make space, but that will just take a bit longer than I wanted to keep this video going for, and I don't really have time to be doing that at the moment, but I will get around to it. I just don't know when. So I know this is a bit unsatisfying, but we'll just ignore this bit. But my plan is to have all my romances here. I know it looks a little bit cluttered because they are double stacked and it's the only shelf that has double stacked books, but it doesn't really matter to me at the moment because all the romance books are together, and I do actually kind of like how it looks. I don't typically tend to reach for romances at the moment. I'm just not really in that mood or era, but I wanted to keep them anyways because I know I do have a good collection and I probably will be in the mood to read them again, so I just kept them. So yeah, that is the final shelf that I had to show you. So yeah guys, that is the final product of this bookshelf reorganization. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will be sure to do another one of these a bit sooner next time. I will not leave it another 3 years. And yeah, let me know down in the comments if you like this video, what other videos you would like to see from me, and if you watched to the end, comment the book stack emoji. I feel like it's perfectly fitting for this video. So yeah, thank you so much for watching guys. Stay amazing, stay kind, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.